morning everyone. I Sumitra Nair welcome you in your moral science class. Let's begin our moral science first chapter, that is one sentence. Students, this is a short story from great secular literature, the Mahabharata. Let's begin. This is the time when the Pandavas and Kauravas were young and they were sent to Dronacharya's ashram to study. There were also several other little princes who lived in the ashram and learned how to read and write, to play games, etc. There was a keen competition between them, as all are intelligent and hardworking, which makes their guru happy. One day, Guru Drona had to visit another town for some work for several days. So, he called all his students and gave them lessons to study while he was away. Dronacharya returned a fortnight later. He called the students. Everyone was looking happy and confident. After class had settled down, Guru asked the boys to tell him what and how much they had studied while he had been away. Guru smiled at them as one by one each student stood and listed his achievements. At last, it was Yudhishthir's turn. He was most studious boy in the class. Yudhishthir was looking shy and in low voice he answered, I studied, understood and learned only one sentence, sir. Dronacharya was stunned. He could hardly believe his ears. Just one sentence? He asked. Yudhishthir repeated, Yes, sir, only one sentence in this short time. Guru Drona was puzzled, as Yudhishthir was older than all, and he ought to have worked the hardest. He didn't like scolding his students. He never unfair or unreasonable. All children knew that he would have to scold Yudhishthir for his laziness. The children were whispering to each other's now. The Guru looked sternly at Yudhishthir and roared, Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Everyone in this class is younger than you. They have worked hard, and what you did, and so on. He shouted. Yudhishthir's face remained quiet and tranquil. He said, Sir, I can't help it. I could finish only this much. Teacher lost his patience and shouted, How lazy you are! You are not only lazy but brazen too. Aren't you ashamed? Yudhishthir remained calm and tranquil and replied, I am sorry to disappoint you, sir, but I could study only this much. By seeing the conversation, all the little princes in the class were worried. Teacher could not stop his anger and asked him that he will punish him for his disobedience. Again Yudhishthir said, and in low voice, remaining calm and cool, I am sorry to disappoint you, sir. I could study this much only. Yudhishthir was shamed and scolded. But the more teacher scolded him, more he smiled. It suddenly occurred to the teacher that something was not quite right. As he was smiling, even he was scolded. Then Guru Drona asked, What is the sentence that you learned? Yudhishthir brought out his book and showed the sentence. And the sentence is, control your anger. In one flash, the teacher and all students understood what Yudhishthir had done. He had not just learnt the sentence, he had actually practiced what he had learnt. It had taken him 15 days to master his anger. Guru Drona's eyes filled with tears when he realized how wise Yudhishthir was. He embraced the boy. He said, "My son, forgive me for having been unjust. Today you have taught me how lesson should be studied. If everyone was like you, the world would be a heaven on earth." So, the moral of the story is, the secret of joy in work is contained in one word: excellence. To know how to do something well is to enjoy it. Dear children, just learning a lesson by repeating the words is not enough. We must understand what we are learning. And anger is very difficult to master. However, practicing how to control anger can help you. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Anger can cause to lose control over ourselves. It can lead to violence. That's all for today. Stay home, stay safe, and thank you.